Hello and welcome back to another great episode of the MPTV 709 Coaches Show. Eric Myers, Ryan Lindley, and Coach Lindley, we are experiencing some of that wonderful March weather.
Yeah, I mean, we had it 65 degrees yesterday. It's about 45 today. You got some games on the schedule. We got some games that are kind of in limbo, whether they're going to be played or not. It's about what you expect this time of year.
For sure, there could be snow. I mean, we're paying for that weather we had in February when it was 70 and sunny every day. But that's what we get when we live in the Midwest. But let's stop with some of our teams from playing. And I think girls softball opened up their season over the weekend, right?
Yeah, they got to go to LaSalle Peru. Unfortunately, did not go the Lady Potters' way. But I mean, I think they're excited about the fact that they get to come back home, get games at Birchwood Park, and kind of go from there. And kind of, we talked to Coach Byer, I guess it's 2 weeks ago now. Yeah. But that idea of building the program, and it's not necessarily about wins and losses, but it's about getting that consistency. And I mean, one of the pieces of being consistent she's even talked about was creating a home environment. I know they're going to have ball girls from the MGSA at every game. So trying to get those kids involved, trying to build that program.
Yeah, and that's a huge thing, is changing that culture. Yeah. What is that and what do you want it to be? And I think she's onto that great path. So best of luck to our Lady Potters as they continue down their softball paths. Let's just stay on the diamond. What do the boys got?
Baseball-wise, opener was actually, as we're recording this, it's tonight. By the time you watch it, it'll be last night. And obviously, we'll have to see what happens. But the game will be played. We were wondering about that earlier today. That goes back to the weather discussion we were having.
It's cold.
It is cold. It's going to be about 44 degrees at first pitch. The good news is there is sun, which is better than 44 and cloudy and windy. But that's against normal community, and that'll get them going. And then they play a bunch next week, assuming, again, the weather allows it.
Yeah, so those will be great opportunities to go out, check out 8-18, check out Twitter, wherever you can get your sports information. It's kind of all out there, all over the place. Let's go girls soccer. What happened on the pitch?
So unfortunately, they played their opener this past weekend as well, and also were not victorious, falling to Sacred Heart Griffin 3-0. Sacred Heart Griffin is an outstanding team.
Yeah, very perennial powerhouse in girls soccer and soccer in general.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, obviously you want to get a win or at least a draw, but I mean, you don't necessarily look at that loss as a terrible thing because you played a really good team and now you kind of know where you're at. Right.
So lots of Potters momentum buildings. What we're hearing right here is a kind of recurring thing. Speaking of momentum going and running down the running as fast as we can, I guess. Yeah. Boys girls indoor track is headed this weekend, so that's going to be a great opportunity for those indoor teams. Not an outdoor sport. It is going to go to outdoor, but right now it's going to be indoor, which would be really good for this weekend because I think there's a chance of snow Friday night.
I think that is correct, yes.
Brutal, and I know you open your season Friday night too. But best of luck to our Potters athletes as they go compete at Boys and Girls Indoor State this weekend.
Yeah, that is really exciting. And speaking of state, let's talk a little bit about a recent state appearance that we had at the junior high level. That is junior high volleyball 8th graders state champs.
Yeah, unbelievable. So we had the opportunity to go over this morning and talk to Coach Williams. So let's go check that out right now.
Welcome back here, MPTV Coaches Show. Ryan Lindley and Jordan Williams, head volleyball coach. And Coach, let's talk, junior high state championship. Both junior high teams actually had really good years. Just kind of talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, they were awesome. We had some amazing athletes come in here, but then the buy-in to what we were doing in the gym each day was outstanding. The way that they can reflect at this age already and identify what they need to still improve on, and the way that they can understand what we're saying to them and then apply it is just incredible to see happen.
And talk a little bit specifically about the state championship. I mean, anytime you get that at any level, it's just such a special thing. I mean, what was that like when you get the final point and hey, we're state champs?
Yeah, I just got the chills again from it. They had it. They got it last year in 7th grade, and we know 8th grade volleyball is just 100% different game almost. And so it was never really on the minds of us. I'm sure it was maybe in the back of their minds, but it was never really a goal of ours to get back and win. It was just every day come in here and get better. And so as we got closer to the postseason, we're like, hey, this is working out for us here. And they had some ups and downs, and they had to work really hard this season to make some changes. So to see it pay off on that last day and just the way that they played on that Saturday was just incredible to see. Like, win or lose, we were just really impressed by their play. And then to be able to get that and just get the ultimate payoff for them was outstanding. I was so happy for them.
That's fantastic. And obviously you're building an excellent program. Talk a little bit about your staff. I mean, at the high school level, obviously you get those coaches come over and help at the junior high too. How do they help you build this thing?
Oh man, I am so lucky to have a great staff. We have Courtney Cox up at the high school at the JV level that does an outstanding job with the kids. And then we have Emma Odom that is at the freshman level, and then she has the 7th graders as well. And it's so cool because both of those two will buy into whatever we've done, whatever we've set. They're like, we want to do it at the level below to have them ready. the way that we each see the game is completely different, and I think that's my favorite thing about our staff is that I don't need another person that sees the game like me. I don't need another coach that thinks like me. I don't need another coach that has the same even personality as me. All three of us are so different, and I think that's what's so incredible to have in a game is like at our state championship, Emma's focused on something completely different than I am, and so the kids get two great coaches buying into what they're doing. And at the high school, the same thing. You know, Courtney's seeing something completely different than the rest of us, and what she's keeping on her clipboard is something that I don't focus on as much, but the kids need it, and so it's really awesome to have that buy-in from the coaches as well.
That's awesome. And then just the last thing, I mean, obviously we talked to you in the fall, and obviously you had the high school team make it to state. Now you got junior high championship. Just what does that do for expectations? I feel like you really are raising the level of this program.
Yeah, it's fun to kind of think forward. We try not to think too far ahead, but to know that, like, okay, our current group is awesome. The group coming in, I mean, the 7th graders got 3rd at state. So it's exciting to know that is there, but we always ask the kids to come in and just work hard, and that whatever level they were at last year isn't what the level that's going to work this coming year. And so there's always that work ethic aspect, and the way that the kids buy into it is awesome. So I know that's going to continue on.
Awesome, Coach. We appreciate it. Congrats again. And folks, stick around. We'll be back after this.
Well, there's you can hear, Coach Williams maybe be famous in a small town, right? I mean, that could be the anthem he's got right there. He's got back-to-back girls state championships in 8th grade. 3rd grade team went to state, got 3rd place there. Our high school volleyball team, so what a year it has been for Coach Williams and the Potters volleyball squad.
Yeah, and I like the fact that he mentioned the assistant coaches as well, Emma and Courtney, and what they're doing there too. Just kind of, you can tell, and we talked to him a little bit off air, you can tell that he's really invested in building this program, and he feels like he's got the staff to do it. So that I think volleyball success is going to continue here at Morton.
Did you like that part just because we're assistant coaches and we don't get the love?
I mean, that's always part of it. I would think even, my experience that I've had in multiple sports and having, had almost every job in football, quite honestly, you realize that it does take everybody. It really does.
It takes a village, right?
Yeah.
It's that old saying. It takes everybody to do that. Everybody's got their job and knows what their role is. And we appreciate all coaches out there, head coaches, assistant coaches, volunteer coaches, taking that time out of your day, away from your families, to come out and coach the youth of tomorrow. So it's a big deal. Coach, what kind of final thoughts you got?
Obviously, I'm just going to circle back to where we started, right? A lot of teams getting their seasons off to a good start. Hopefully the weather cooperates. You mentioned earlier, always check 8-18. You can see those schedules, search for those home games, home matches. Tennis is another one that's just getting started. Tennis, again, kind of weather dependent, right? If you get bad weather, it's kind of hard to get a good situation. We talked to Asa last week, and we know that he's really excited about the opportunity that team has. So again, be aware, a lot of stuff going on. We just hope the weather cooperates.
Yeah. So final thoughts right here. It would be next week is spring break for Morton High School. There's a ton of games happening. So check that out. I don't think we're going to be able to record next week. We might see. I mean, we have baseball, so we'll be here anyway. We don't get to go to Florida. We don't get to go on any super fun vacations this year. But we might get an episode. We don't really know yet. It just kind of depends how everything flows. So Coach, Larry Lindley, I'm Eric Myers. Until next week. Thank you.
School ball memory would have to be when we beat Richwoods in the regional championship. What I'm most excited about is just starting games here, and then my future plans are to go play baseball at Heartland.
My favorite memory was hitting a home run against Washington last year to knock them out. I'm most excited to make a deep run this year, and then my future plans are going to